Hello, Rama Rama Pupod. Hope all are in good health, feeling great, wonderful, having a happy and peaceful life. Let's continue with the next story. He has come on a brief visit to Madras but cannot leave the town without paying his respects to the sage and perchance receiving his blessings. What the latter is worth, I learned from a story which the visitors narrates. A lady at the court of Gadwal has a child who suffered from some dread ailment. By some odd coincidence, she hears of the existence of the sage who never speaks. Such is her anxiety that she journeys to Madras and begs the hermit to grant his blessings and heal the little boy. The blessing is given, and from that date, the child makes a marvelous recovery. The incident comes to the notice of the queen, who also visits the hermit. Her Highness presents him with a purse of 600 rupees, which he refuses to accept. She presses him until he writes a message saying that the money can be used to improve his shelter by fixing a fence around the cottage so that he shall secure more privacy. The queen arranges to have this done, and thus the bamboo fence comes into being. The attendant again admits us into the cottage where we find the recluse sunk in the same trance like condition which he maintained throughout my first visit. We squat upon the floor in silence and wait patiently before the tall, majestic, black bearded figure on the marble dais. About halfway through the second hour, we perceive the first signs of returning activity in the sage's body. His breathing becomes deeper and then more audible. The eyelids move, the eyeballs roll alarmingly upwards until the white glare, and then come down to normal. A slight swaying movement becomes perceptible in his trunk. 5 minutes later, the expression in the sage's eyes changes in such a way that we know he has become aware of his physical environment. He looks attentively at the interpreter, turns his head abruptly and looks at Brahma, and then at the other visitor, turns again and looks at me. I seize the opportunity and place a pencil and a pad of paper at his feet. He hesitates a while, takes up the pencil and writes in large, flourishing Tamil characters. Who came here the other day and tried to take pictures? I am compelled to admit to this activity. As a matter of fact, the effort has been useless, for I had underexposed the films. He writes again, when you go again to yogis who are in deep trance, never disturb them by such actions. Do not attempt to break in abruptly upon their meditations. In my own case, it did not matter, but I tell you this to guide your future actions. When you try to see other yogis, such interruption may be dangerous to them and they might put a curse upon you. It is evidently looked upon as a minor act of sacrilege to penetrate the solitude of such a man, so I express my regrets. The Queen of Gadwal's brother now proffers his devotion to the sage. When he has finished, I venture to introduce myself as one deeply interested in the ancient wisdom of India. I have heard across the seas. I inform him that India still possesses a few men who have made remarkable attainments in yoga, and I seek to discover them. Will the sage give me such enlightenment as he thinks fit? The hermit remains status-quo, impassive. His face betrays no responsive change in his expression. For fully 10 minutes, he gives no sign that he has heard my request. I begin to fear that I have drawn a blank that he regards the materialistic Westerner as unfit even for the slightest degree of enlightenment. Possibly my clumsy outrage with the camera has repelled him. Am I not expecting too much when I expect this reserved member of a reclusive species to break his trance for the sake of as an infidel member of an alien race? A sense of chagrin rises up in me. My disappointment is too premature. The sage takes the pencil at length and scrawls something upon the paper. When he has finished, I lean over and push the pad to our interpreter. What is there to understand? He slowly translates. The writing is difficult to disappear. The universe is full of problems, I rejoin, disconcerted. I fancy that a slightly derisive smile now begins to play around the lips of the sage. Let's continue in the next chapter. Thank you. Bye bye. Rama Rama Popote.